I think that the thing that I love about architecture in general, is it allows me to solve a lot of problems creatively. It allows me to be a leader in a discussion to move conversations towards something better.
I've known that I've wanted to get into some kind of creative design field ever since I was a small child. I was always into building things with Legos, constantly drawing, making my own comic books. So I was very into like arts and creative stuff from a very young age.
Sandboxes and Legos, those were two huge influences on me. We had a sandbox in the neighborhood that was 2 feet deep, and we just played for hours and hours and hours, creating alternate worlds and realities. Same thing with Legos. We had a big old bushel basket of, from green beans, and made just worlds and objects and houses and homes and cities constantly for hours and hours, all weekend. And that's what I do for a living. I help people see the future and envision the future and then make that happen.
I have been practicing architecture for about 9 years now, and I've been licensed as an architect for about 2 years. I can confidently say that my day-to-day never looks the same. You're never going to be sitting at your desk doing the same thing every day. That monotony was not something I was interested in.
I have to do a lot of different things throughout the day. I am helping the general contractors answer questions for jobs that are under construction. I am helping our real estate team figure out which layout we're going to use for a particular site. I am working very closely with our operators to understand how do they want their building to work? How do they want their kitchen to flow? How do they want food to go from station to station in the kitchen? How do they want their guests to feel in their dining rooms? And it's almost like putting a little puzzle together, figuring out where all the pieces go and how we can fit it all together.
I think the greatest reward is working with great people and really getting a chance to do great projects with them, taking vision from the team, whether it's the contractor, the owner, the finance, banking folks, and then myself and my team, and bringing that all to fruition into some great architecture.
When I was growing up, I was fortunate enough that my dad was a pilot, and he traveled internationally a lot, and we had the opportunity to visit a lot of different cities and a lot of different cultures, and I think that taught me that there is a larger world outside of the one that I live in. A lot of different people live different ways than we do, and I think that it's helpful to have those influences in our everyday life so that we can think outside the box.
I think a lot of my own common experiences with other designers and architects is they love to create things, they love to make things.
You try to be as creative as possible and try to give yourself that time, because that's the fun part. But obviously it's the nitty-gritty, the day-to-day details that really make a difference to the design, and that's really a lot of what goes on.
There's not one personality type or one kind of person that makes a great architect, but you do have to be varied in your talents and abilities, because we are generalists. So you want to be able to attack problems from different points of view and have to deal with a lot of different things, everything from plumbing to insurance to development, codes and finances. So you deal with a lot of people and a lot of creativity. So it's a lot of fun.
It's a very slow process to put an entire building together, but if you have the vision in your head, you slowly start to see the pieces come together, and then it actually starts making you see the world a little bit differently. You start seeing a lot more details, start seeing how the mechanics of the world actually form around you, especially the built environment.
But the greatest reward is honestly just seeing what the client, seeing a client use the space that I've designed. Whether they're using it for the intended purpose or if they've created a whole different purpose, but really seeing them get into the space and enjoy it and be excited about what we've created. I think that's probably the greatest reward.
Focusing on beauty, focusing on long-term function, sustainability, are ways that we can make our culture and our society more just and equitable and beautiful for generations to come.
One of my projects I first started on when I first graduated is finally being completed. It's about 2 months away from being completed, and so getting to imagine myself up there, helping the owners cut the ribbon to their building for the first time, something I'm looking forward to, and I think will carry throughout the rest of my life. I imagine it's that way for all architects, that they will enjoy seeing their visions come to life and seeing their clients happy in their reactions. I think it's the reactions that you get that make you want to keep going.